Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, this is your wake-up call. Let's talk about Superman, aka Clark Kent, aka Kal-El. The huge fuss over the last year or so has been about whether Henry Cavill will retain his role as Superman in the DCEU. But let's be honest, he is the best Superman since Christopher Reeves. So for those who have been living on another planet or don't care about comics, let's just go into a brief history about the character. Superman is a fictional superhero who first appeared in American comic books published by DC Comics. The character was created by writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster, and first appeared in the comic book Action Comics No. 1, cover dated June 1938 and published April 18, 1938. Superman has been adapted to many other media, including radio, serials, novels, movies, television shows, and theater. After this brief message, we'll be right back and go more into detail about Superman. I want to talk a little bit about a new affiliate, Negast Footwear. They are a Black-owned company that makes some of the best quality shoes, clothes, and hats that I've seen in a very long time. They are designed to empower customers and to teach self-love, self-respect, and self-confidence. I've purchased some of their footwear, and they have lasted me well over a year. Negast Footwear makes sneakers, running shoes, slippers, boots, hats, and clothing. I love my slippers. I love my sneakers. Even game show contestants love my sneakers. Click my affiliate link below to visit their site to browse and to shop. Every purchase helps me grow this platform. Superman was born on the planet Krypton and was given the name Kal-El at birth. As a baby, his parents sent him to Earth in a small spaceship moments before Krypton was destroyed in a natural cataclysm. His ship landed in the American countryside near the fictional town of Smallville. He was found and adopted by farmers Jonathan and Martha Kent, who named him Clark Kent. Clark developed various superhuman abilities such as incredible strength and impervious skin. His adoptive parents advised him to use his powers to benefit humanity, and he decided to fight crime as a vigilante. To protect his privacy, he changes into a colorful costume and uses the alias Superman when fighting crime. Clark Kent resides in the fictional American city of Metropolis, where he works as a journalist for the Daily Planet. Superman's supporting characters include his love interest and fellow journalist Lois Lane, Daily Planet photographer Jenny Olsen, and editor-in-chief Perry White. His archenemy is Lex Luthor, a mad scientist and ruthless businessman. His other enemies include Darkseid, Brainiac, General Zod, Doomsday, Metallo, and more. Having said all of that, the DCEU movies have suffered from poor writing and lack of proper character development. Superman could have easily been to the DCEU what Captain America is to Marvel. Superman was not the first superhero character, but he popularized the superhero archetype and established its conventions. Superheroes are usually judged by how closely they resemble the standard set by Superman. He was the best-selling superhero character in American comic books up until the 1980s. Now, we all know that Clark Kent is a Caucasian man and has been played by Caucasian characters throughout his run on TV and movies. So what the bloody hell is wrong with WB? Don't get me wrong. A Black Superman movie could be as big as Black Panther if done right. However, blacking out Clark Kent is not the answer and is actually quite offensive. Let me explain. Those of us who have read a page or two in comics realize that there are actually Black Supermen within the DC universe who have established stories. WB is essentially telling us that those established characters are not important enough to make movies about, so we have to take an iconic character and alienate fans across the globe so they can meet their blacked-out tokenization agenda. I'm sure that some of the executives thought this was a great idea in the boardroom, but for those of us grounded in reality, this is a terrible idea, and a movie with a Black Clark Kent will never be successful. For those of you not familiar with the Black Superman characters, allow me to introduce you. Calvin Ellis is the Superman of Earth 23. He is an African American and was initially based on Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. Before being elected, he once joked on TV that he was sent to Earth from the dying planet Krypton by his father Jor-El, so that's where that comes from. The character was unnamed in his first appearance in Final Crisis and so was assumed to be Barack Obama. However, with the release of Action Comics number 9, his name was revealed to be Calvin Ellis. He also had the Kryptonian name of Kal-El, spelled without the hyphen. His origin is almost identical with few differences. It is likely that he's native to Vathlo Island due to his reference to the world Vathlo. Vathlo Island is an island nation on Krypton that was not part of the Planetary Federation. Nevertheless, it had an advanced society. The majority of the populace seems to be black. Indeed, many of the black Kryptonians who survived the destruction of the planet originally came from Vathlo. When his ship crashed, he was found by the poor but kind Ellis family, who christened him Calvin. He was raised to stand up for himself no matter the odds and to fight for what's right. When his star-spanning Kryptonian powers emerged under Earth's yellow sun, he became Superman, champion of the oppressed and defender of peace around the world. This sounds familiar. His greatest adventure of all may be in his identity as Calvin Ellis becoming the President of the United States of America. He is aided by his long-suffering assistant, Courtney, and the reprogrammed alien intelligence, Brainiac, and he works to protect the world with political and superhuman might. New 52 continuity switches it up a bit. One day, inhabitants from an alternate Earth came through to his Earth, fleeing from their universe's Superman, whom they had created. When the evil Superman came through, Superman fought him and won with the help of Lex Luthor. Another popular black Superman is Val-Zod of Earth 2. Becoming the last of his house after his parents' execution by Krypton's court, Val quickly made friends with fellow orphan Kara Zor-El. You all may know her as Supergirl. Moments before Krypton's destruction, Val, Kara, Kal-El, and another child managed to escape and survive their planet's destruction thanks to Jor-El and Lara. Falling on Earth, he was found by Terry Sloan, who offered him asylum to protect him from the outside world, becoming a recluse. During the time he was captured, he helped Sloan developing the fire pits. The New Wonders later found him. They were looking for the mysterious alien to fight a brainwashed Superman and discovered that he too was a Kryptonian. Suffering a panic attack after being freed, Val revealed that he spent most of his life on a capsule, thus he was afraid of open spaces. So Lois told him that it was okay to be afraid, and that being a Kryptonian, he could do something to help everyone. So during a battle that included Steppenwolf and members of the Justice League, he defeated the evil Superman and engaged in a huge battle against forces from Apokolips. This story is full of action, but you'll have to read the rest of it yourself. Now, two other black Superman characters are rarely mentioned. Earth D is similar to Earth 1, but the heroes here are more ethnically diverse. For example, there was an Asian version of the Flash, a black Superman, and a Native American Green Arrow. In addition, this universe had its preeminent super team, the Justice Alliance of America. Unfortunately, the heroes of this world died during the Crisis on the Infinite Earths, but the events of Convergence restored Earth D to existence. Convergence is a 2015 event that alters the DC multiverse. The villains, Brainiac and Telos, took many worlds from their timeline, which allowed many to cross over into each other. This allows DC Comics to revisit bygone eras and stories with a plethora of miniseries tying into the main series. Sunshine Superman was one of a multitude of strange beings who manifested from the mask of Psycho Pirate, a refugee from one of thousands of alternate Earths destroyed during the Crisis on Infinite Earths. He was later erased from reality. Years later, when the monstrous hypermoth form of Mr. Mind went on a feeding frenzy through the multiverse, Sunshine Superman was apparently reborn and later joined the Superman of the multiverse during the final crisis. More than likely, there isn't enough material to tell the story of Sunshine Superman and Earth D Superman, but Val-Zod and Calvin Ellis have plenty of material to choose from. Now, along with telling a proper story of the Black Superman, WB could also tell the story of Nubia, aka Wonder Woman's twin sister, aka the Black Wonder Woman of Earth 23. Nubia was Wonder Woman's black sister, created from black clay, just as Diana was created from white clay. Both were brought to life by Aphrodite, but Ares stole Nubia, so Nubia did not get the powers that were given to Diana. If this is too difficult for them, they could introduce a black hero who is not as popular as Superman, but maybe just as powerful. Icon, who happens to be my favorite hero. Arnus of Terminus is a marooned alien negotiator. In 1839, an alien starliner malfunctioned and exploded, and a jettisoned life pod crashed in the middle of a cotton field in the American South. The pod automatically altered the appearance of its passenger, named Arnis, to mimic the first sentient life form who discovered him. That life form was a slave woman named Miriam, who saw the pod crash land. And so it happened that Miriam found inside a baby boy with her mother's eyes. He did not age visibly beyond adulthood. To disguise this fact, he periodically assumed the identity of his own son. By the late 20th century, he was posing as Augustus Freeman IV, the great-grandson of his original human identity. Still marooned, Augustus waits for Earth's technology to catch up to his life pods. Augustus is portrayed as a very intelligent, somewhat stiff kind of person. Due to his upper-class job as a big-time lawyer and proper way of speaking, he is often criticized as being a sellout or whitewashed. He usually prefers to do everything by the book instead of acting on instinct and is non-sympathetic of any wrongdoing. One night, Augustus's house is broken into, and he uses his powers for the first time in decades, an action witnessed by Raquel Irvin, aka Rocket. She is from the poorest, most gang-ridden neighborhood, and her prospects seemed pretty bleak. She is an amateur writer, a high school student, and a single mother. Her idealism inspired the superhero Icon, and he made her his sidekick. Icon gave her an inertia belt that allowed her to manipulate kinetic energy. Come on, WB. How would Icon not be the perfect movie? If it is written, directed, and produced right, this could easily be DC's Black Panther moment. All I'm saying is this. So many want to make this a black or white thing, and in some aspects it is. There are plenty of black heroes to choose from when deciding who should be depicted on the big screen, but let us not kid ourselves. The storylines must be good enough to catch our attention. Out of the ones I mentioned today, I think Icon's movie would be the best because it closely ties to our current events. Instead of taking an iconic white hero and changing him into a black man, why not choose a black hero and tell the story that will make him an iconic hero? This has been your wake-up call.